What is up, everybody? Rougarou, Regis Prograis in the house, Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame champ. First of all, congratulations on an amazing career.
Yes.
You put a close to it earlier this year. What has life been like? Are you starting to get the itch of, hey, I got to get back in it? Or?
I'm always an athlete. I still get the itch, but I don't want to be a professional. I don't want to be a champion no more. You know, I don't want to be a professional boxer no more. I might do like MMA. I've been like doing a little rolling. I've been lifting weights, getting a little bigger. I might do that. I might do like a bare knuckle type of thing. They offer me a contract, but I'm not ready yet. I do want to enjoy retirement. I've been kind of just enjoying it right now. Like I've been. The main thing just catching up with my kids, spending time with my kids, stuff like that's what I've been doing more right now. So
you lost a lot of years and a lot of time.
You lose a lot of years, bro. You lose a lot of years. My son is 12. I missed like 6 birthdays. So half of his birthdays I missed them. So you know I'm trying to just trying to build back up with that. And they get older, so it kind of gets a little hard. But I do get itch. I do miss fighting. But sometimes I hold sparring sessions at my house, and so I get up with the guys and do that. But I know for sure I don't want to be a professional I don't want to be a champ anymore, you know. So in a professional boxer, I'm just done with the boxing.
Just want to stay active, competing in some way.
Something, yeah. So if I do jiu-jitsu, if I do MMA, I do the bare knuckle thing, I might do that. But I don't want to be a professional boxer. I don't want to do a trainer. I train literally all day.
You mentioned that about bare knuckle. You said they offered you a contract.
Yes.
I'm curious what company, and I was actually going to follow up with that because we see Victor Ortiz and Paulie Malignaggi.
It's the one with the triangle. The one with the triangle ring.
Okay.
BKB. They offered me a contract. So, but yeah, I'm just not right now.
Not right now.
Right now, I really
too soon.
The thing too soon right now. I ain't even retired for a year yet. So I probably I got some fights that want me to manage them in BKB in the bare knuckle. So I might do that, and then maybe if I want to, I'll be at the fights looking, and I might get the itch, and I might come do it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be a great fit for that platform. I just had the chance to cover Jamel Herring.
Okay, yeah.
BKFC. He just became the second to do it. Boxer to champion. Now he's the champ at 135 for BKFC. Right?
I like it.
He ends up linking up with Coach Henry Ramirez. He tried to take Chris Arreola to BKFC. Ends up hooking up with Jamel Herring. Now that's a match made in heaven for them because they're champs now.
I like it. If anybody watching, so if I do it, I would need a coach though. You know why? I got coaches, but I would want I want the proper trainer. People that's been doing it before and stuff like that. So it's a thought, but just not. It's not a reality right now for me right now. I just want to chill and enjoy. It's just like kind of build myself up. Like I've been on the weights and stuff, and I've been kind of enjoying doing that, just lifting weights and getting bigger and getting stronger. So I like that.
Give me an idea of your overall career. You retire at 37. You started how old?
I started when I was 16, about 16, 17. I always say 16, 17 because Hurricane Katrina hit, and then I had to move away. So when I moved away, then I moved to Houston. So that's when I had my real official start. I started in New Orleans, but then Katrina hit, so I had to relocate, move over there.
21 years of being active. I mean, people usually do 20 years or so forth for their career post-college.
Right.
You started from teenage years. You've basically been one career done and over with, ready to start a second now.
Yes.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna do.
That's a life.
Like I said, I'll probably do something else later, but we'll see. Just not yet.
You're one of those inspirational stories for me, where I recall how you would mention in past interviews how boxing actually kept you on the straight and narrow. It saved you from a lot of bad situations and so forth.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff that people don't often want to talk about or touch on because it's either cliche or so forth, but you were very honest about it. You're like, hey, it's real. Like, boxing saved me.
Yeah, boxing definitely saved me, bro, because I would have been doing all kinds of other stuff. And I wasn't like, I'm not going to say I would have been doing other stuff, but like, I knew what I want to do at an early age, or a very early age. When I was young, I knew I wanted to be an athlete. Like, when I was like, man, I probably was maybe like 6 or 7. I knew when I was older, I wanted to be a professional athlete. And then, like, it was like, I'm from New Orleans, so everything is basketball, football, and track. Then I did all that stuff, and I was like, this is not for me. And then I started fighting, and I love fighting. Like, I can fight with a smile. Like, and then, so in New Orleans coming up, we had to fight. It was just a normal thing. Everybody just go around fighting, talking about people and fighting each other. So for me, I was like, I just like to do it. They would say, this dude can fight, this dude tough. Like, all right, like,
now they're
let
gonna
him fight me.
To do this.
But then, eventually, I've been around like fighters that was like amateur boxing in New Orleans. I was like, damn, like I want to do it too. And then I just kept doing it. I just it was like love at first punch. You know, they say love at first sight. It was like love at first punch. I love fighting, bro. I still love fighting, to be honest, but I don't want to be a professional boxer no more.
How's the family life been, the adjustment right now since April? How's that going for you at home? Because obviously you're telling me right now how you still have the itch, but you're recognizing it, so you're holding back on it. Is that a daily struggle that you're dealing with? Something that most boxers don't talk about, right? Or people don't pay attention to it because you're out of the limelight, so they're like, all right, done and gone, right?
Right. Well, the thing, so I always like fitness, you know what I'm saying? So if it's not that, like, I think to get that stress out, I hit the weights now. That's what I've been doing, getting on the weights and getting bigger and getting stronger. So I do like that. And I might hit the bag. I might do like in my workouts, I might do like a boxing day one day. I might hit the bag for like one day a week and do that, and that might get it out the way. And I play with the kids. Like my son is 12, and his friends come over, my nephew come over, and I got in the ring the other day for the first time in a long time, and I was just beating up all the kids. That's all. You know, just whooping their ass for a little bit. But nah, I don't want to. But it's cool. It's good right now. Like I'm actually more busier than I'm retired now than when I was fighting, because I'm dealing with my kids. I got 3 kids, so it's just always dealing with them, always doing something, busy. Always running around, keep me busy. At first, it was just in the gym all day, you know. So, and then I would come home and take a nap. But now, like I'm dealing with my kids literally all the time.
It's still keeping you busy, which is a positive, right? Because the downtime is what gets everybody.
Right.
When there's too much downtime and you're alone with that head, you know, with that mind.
Damn, I want to go fighting. I want to go back in the gym. But now, like I said, I do host the sparring sessions at my house. So I get in there with the guys every night. But I don't want to be as sharp no more. Like I like to get in there. Like right now, I can get in the ring, you know, with somebody, but nobody is sharp. You know, like when they too sharp, it's like, nah, I don't want to train for that long and really be sharp and stuff. I just want to get in there and just kind of just play around.
Stage now.
I'm in a different stage right now. I get in there and play around with the kids, and that's it.
Regis, I'm going to ask you this. Any stone unturned? Anybody that you wanted to face that it didn't happen? Anything you wanted to accomplish in the sport of boxing that didn't come together for you?
Right. I always wanted to be a 2-time champion. I accomplished that. You know, it was definitely people I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight Josh Taylor again. Adrian Brown to fight. I wanted that fight. And we were supposed to fight like Jose Ramirez at one point in time, you know. But that's, for me, that's like, of course, that's all off the table and stuff like that now. But that's 3 fights that I think that I could have won. I could have had my career, but just never happened.
That Josh Taylor fight, if it would have happened immediately after the World Boxing Classic, if that would have been the rematch just post that, you guys would have been right on each other at that point, right?
Man,
because you guys knew, and that's when the fights become exceptional, right, for fans to watch and for the boxers, because you're fresh off leaving the ring with one another. You could read each other. Right. It would have been a whole different fight.
Exactly. It would have been a whole different fight for sure. But I never got that rematch, and you know, but I still like the way my career panned out. You know, it's something I always want to do. One of the biggest inspirations for me was like George Foreman, you know, and he was a 2-time champion, and I did it too. And now it's like my post-career, like I want to see what, I feel like I'm going to be way bigger outside of the ring than I was inside the ring, just like George Foreman was. So I did a 2-time champion, that's cool, and now it's on to the next.
You got to stay at it. One thing that nobody could ever knock you on is the fact that you didn't try. You were in there, any opportunity that was offered to you, would take it.
I never ducked nobody. Like they just told me fight somebody, like, all right, cool, how much? That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I would ask. When, where, how much I'm getting paid, that's all. So I never, for me, like if people remember me by anything, it's like I never ducked nobody. You know, like we in I think we in a time where it's a lot of ducking going on, and like for me, like I literally never ducked nobody. And that's like, for me, that's why I retired too, cause like I'm not scared of nobody. And I feel like I probably could get hurt because I fought with so much heart and passion to where like I'm not, literally I would die in the ring. And that's why I know I can't do it no more, because I still, like if I fight, even right now, if I fight somebody, like I don't care about dying in the ring. And I know that mentality can't be the same because I have kids now, but when I'm fighting, that goes out the window. So I know like I need to retire now because it could be my fate one day.
We saw it just in the last couple of years. I would tune out. I'm like, I haven't heard about Regis in a while. And then you're like, dang, he's fighting Jojo Diaz. Like, he's willing to fight anybody right now. And then Conor Ben, you're like, completely different fighters at different stages in their careers, and you're in there with both of them.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it was a good time to get out, and it's cool, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy everything right now.
Regis, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. Thank you for the great career and the body of work that you left us with. And I can't wait for Regis 2.0.
It's a bunch of stuff coming, bro. Matter of fact, look, we got books and shirts right there. Hats, book shirts and hats right there. People want them, so grab that while we here, you know. But yeah, everything good, bro.
Beautiful. Rougarou, everybody.